Welcome, everybody, to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today, and this week sees new heroes stepping up to the plate in Marvel's The Eternals, hitting store shelves, along with a little 4K upgrade love with the 2012 sci-fi action thriller Looper, and Scream Factory is releasing a 4K edition of the 1981 horror classic The Howling, plus much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we are at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are in at Walmart, and for the 5th week in a row, number 5, baby, we get the new release love. Okay, to be fair, this week there's not as much coming out as last week, but if there's still physical media goodness, new physical media goodness we're checking out, well, I gotta admit, 5 weeks in a row we've been getting it from Walmart, and that's pretty damn impressive, guys. And I will absolutely take it. So let's dive in, shall we? Because we have got the DVD of Eternals for $19.96, the Blu-ray digital for $24.96, and the 4K Blu-ray digital for $34.96, with yet another only at Walmart exclusive. They've been doing more of these exclusives lately, and I definitely have been digging it. You get a Marvel Studios limited edition enamel pin. That's pretty cool, actually. Not bad, man. Not bad for all you exclusive lovers out there. New pin to add to the collection. That ain't half bad at all, man. Not bad one bit. Definitely dig this one in a big bad way. Not bad. And I actually really dig the artwork too. I think the artwork is really cool on this slip, man. I mean, the other artwork is not half bad. It's decent for what it is. Not really standout-ish, but this edition really stands out. I just love the artwork on that. That is so cool, man. That really is pretty great. Not half bad, man. And I'm just loving the fact that there's different artwork. I always love that. As a movie lover, there's always different artwork for whatever you're looking for. And it just kind of makes collecting even a little bit cooler, I think. Not bad that they have all the Eternals love. Not bad at all. And I got a chance to watch this in the movie theater with John and Bob, and we watched this, right? And I got to admit, I wanted to watch it because I am a Marvel lover. I love the Marvel phases. I love the heroes. I love what they've done with them, and they've done some really creative and wonderful things. And when I saw the trailer for this and the synopsis, I'm like, this is unique and interesting. This is unlike anything that they've really done before, and I'm going to really give it a chance, because I'm thinking to myself, you know, we're entering into new phases of the Marvel Cinematic world, and, you know, you got to start to get a little more clever. You got to start thinking outside the box and bringing in new characters that you've never heard of, and maybe taking a gamble where it's necessary to do it, to open up the palette a little more of the world, right? I'd be digging it, definitely would. So I figured, why the hell not? I'm gonna dive into this thing. And basically it's about these ancient heroes who came to Earth many millennia, decades ago, I would say, and they are here to protect us against a certain type of evil, but they can't interfere in the regular life, you know, wars and famine and even other Marvel entities. Like the whole thing with Thanos, why didn't they come to help? If they're so powerful, why didn't they come to help? Well, they can't. There's rules that they cannot interfere no matter what, unless it's a certain type of evil that they're going up against. And Thanos wasn't exactly that, so they had to end up basically sitting back, unfortunately, and watching everything unfold. Good, bad, ugly. They just have to let the world spin the way it spins. And it's kind of unique and interesting of seeing these heroes who have to protect the world, but yet are binded to rules and not able to really interfere or protect them the way they want to. And it's really the story of their lives being upended by this evil that has arisen again, and the fact that they have to interfere now, because if they don't, it really could be the end of the world, literally. Yeah, it definitely could. So, like it or not, they have to step in and be the heroes that they were truly meant to be. Oh, yes, the Eternals. So, I gotta admit, the movie is absolutely gorgeous to look at. I mean, it's stunning. I mean, the cinematography, the direction, the clothing. I mean, everything is so expertly done and stunning, and you really feel like the budget was spent in some really amazing ways, man. The money is on the screen, and you definitely see it, and it's right there, man. And I thought the story was intriguing of all these characters who have morphed and changed over the millennia, over the decades. Some who had certain ideals that has changed over the time. Others who were very nice people and honest and loving beings, and turning into stone cold heartless people just because circumstances have kind of forced them that way. I thought it was very intriguing and fascinating, and the idea of how a person seeing all these tragic events over the course of history, how it would affect them, how would they turn as a being, knowing that they've lived through all of these events and seen all of this destruction and chaos, and yet can't say to anybody that they've literally lived all of this stuff and have seen it and didn't do a damn thing about it. I thought it was extremely unique, and I really like that about the movie. So I appreciated the gamble that they were trying to do, the storytelling techniques that they were trying to go for, and telling a far more wide-ranging story. The problem at the end of the day is the movie kind of left me a little cold. It actually did, and you know, when the movie ended, I was very indifferent on the film. I was like, God, the story is intriguing, it's stunning to look at, but there was something empty about the film. It didn't feel as exciting to me as I wanted it to be. I didn't feel that we dived into the characters enough. I felt like I was kind of shortchanged with the movie. For as unique as the movie is, as unique as the storytelling opportunities are, I felt that they didn't really do it as much justice as they could have. And I don't know, it's so tough because the movie is a really long movie. It's over, I believe, 2.5 hours long. It's a long flick, man, and you're sitting there for a while, and there's moments where it's kind of dull. There's moments where you're just kind of waiting for something to happen. The action is cool when it does, but sometimes you have to wait a long while to get there, and sometimes the characters are kind of mundane. Sometimes the characters are just walking around talking and not doing much, and you're just like, can we pick this up a little bit? And yeah, we kind of get there eventually, but a little too late. It's so tough because these actors are really fantastic, right? Selma Hayek is really good, and Kumail Nanjiani is really great. Angelina Jolie and many, many others. They're good actors. They're giving it their all, but it just felt like there was a big disconnect with their characters emotionally and trying to invest in them and their situations. There's so much there to really chew on, but I just felt like they didn't really dive into it the way I wanted it to, or they didn't emotionally invest me into the situation. Like when you think of Tony Stark can be a cold character at times, but the way they played him, the way they built the stories, I felt like you really invested in that character. And there's a lot of Marvel characters out there that have had moments where they've been cold, and you feel sort of like you shouldn't be caring about them, but you do because the storytelling is perfect, and they do it in just the right way that you feel invested in the situation. But Eternals wasn't that. It felt drawn out, but at the same time, you didn't get enough of what you wanted. The action was there, but you didn't get as much as what you wanted. And at the end of the day, it just left you kind of wanting more, which is never a bad thing, but it didn't deliver in the way that you thought it would. I don't know, maybe I was expecting more, maybe my expectations were really high because it's Marvel, and I felt like they've really delivered. Even the lesser ones, I still think they've delivered on. But when I ended this movie, I was almost thinking to myself, like, this is lesser MCU. It's not one of the better MCU movies. I would basically put it down into the bottom tier MCU. That doesn't mean that it's a bad movie. It's still gorgeous to look at. I still think the story is really intriguing and fascinating, and I want to see more, but I kind of felt like it was a missed opportunity. I think there's too many characters here. I think there's too many storylines going on, and some characters get shortchanged. I feel like it's hard to develop it when you've got that many people, and even the great intergalactic stakes that are at play in here, it never really feels incredibly threatening, or the fact that, oh my god, the world could end at any second. It was just sort of there. It's kind of unique and interesting because I think this movie shows that there is a way to do MCU movies where even if the characters are not that personable and you don't really feel like you're going to invest in them, there's a way to do it where it's fun and it's quirky and there's a lot of personality, where you kind of warm up to the situation, you warm up to the characters. But Eternals felt flat, and it felt cold, and it felt like it didn't have any heart and soul to it. Not that this is a paint-by-numbers movie, but I just felt like at the end of the day, I couldn't really invest myself in these characters, in their situations, and I needed more. But I didn't exactly want more movie. I wanted them to do a better job in what they already had. But they just didn't quite get there. It's still a good MCU movie, but we've had some really good MCU movies as of late. I mean, Black Widow and Shang-Chi, you name it. And I kind of feel like this movie is one of those ones that's a real disconnect. I look at this movie, I'm like, I don't know where we're going with the overall MCU films. I don't know where we're going to go with the Eternals in the future. But I hope they give them more personality. I hope they give them a little more for me to invest in, because for right now, I'm not really feeling it as much as I want to. Good film, intriguing, and I was definitely fascinated with the idea of playing with events in history and their role in it, but at the end of the day, it's the characters that really matter. And if I can't get into the characters as much as I want to, it just kind of comes off as flat and lifeless. There's a reason why Marvel is as good as they are, and it's not because of the stories, it's because of the characters. And Eternals was a slight letdown. Still good, but lesser than I want it to be. And that's a shame. It really is. Still great because it's Marvel, but it could have been much, much better. I don't know how they could have done it, but I'm sure there is a way. Better luck next time. Hopefully there is a next time. Let's hope, guys. But again, intriguing movie, but didn't quite hit the mark, man. But hey, I gotta admit, Walmart definitely did hit the mark this week. 5 times in a row, baby, and you can't complain about that. But that's not all, because we have Easter love. Yes, right? Well, technically it's not really Easter movies. It's more faith-based, but, you know, Easter, Christianity, faith, they kind of go hand in hand, right? Because the Easter Bunny's really religious. Wow. Apparently so, man. So they have that. Now, they haven't filled all of the area up. There's still a lot of empty things, but there is still some over here that they have definitely started to put up. So I figured, why not start to show it off? I mean, they do have Paw Patrol. And what's interesting about these editions is that they have new slipcovers. So basically what it is just an Easter egg slipcover is what it is. I mean, they have a new one for that. They have one for this springtime collection for Peter Rabbit, for kids' favorites, more Paw Patrol love. I mean, hell, they even have one for Blue's Clues as well. They have one for the SpongeBob movie, fantastic. Hell, they even have one for Sonic the Hedgehog too. Of course they do. Oh man, honestly, it's just the same edition, but with a new slipcover added onto it. Now, there is some really hardcore slipcover fanatics, not gonna lie, I happen to be one of them, who really love slipcovers, but sometimes I recognize that there is a little bit of going overboard. I mean, literally, every single season we get new slipcovers here at Walmart. Christmas, new slipcovers. Valentine's Day, new slipcovers. Easter, new slipcovers. Oh, just wait. After Easter, there'll be more, folks. Trust me, they ain't done yet, baby. Not even by a long shot. Like I said, it's cool with new slipcovers, especially if you haven't bought the movie yet and you love DVD. It is a new way to entice you, but I don't know. I already own the movie. New slipcover is cool, but sometimes you just gotta learn to say no. Tempting as it may be, cool looking, but I already have the slipcover I want. But for all you Easter lovers out there, not gonna lie, it is pretty tempting, man. It is. I mean, they also have a little God's Not Dead love, because if you're going to celebrate Easter, well, you can't really do it without God's Not Dead. It's kind of a prerequisite, folks. I mean, they have that. They have Greatest Story Ever Told, Ben-Hur, the Bible, Sound of Music, which is one of the best musicals of all time. Love The Sound of Music. The Ten Commandments. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not really a big Ten Commandments fan. I mean, I enjoy the movie, but I will admit this though. This movie is a must-watch for any movie lover. If you call yourself a movie lover, it's one of those quintessential watches. It really is one of those movies that you at least have to experience once. An amazing film for the most part. Charlton Heston, absolutely dynamic. Great flick. Not exactly my favorite personally, but it is one that I do believe everybody absolutely has to watch, man. Absolutely, 100%, no doubt, man. I mean, they have that. They also have some more new slipcover love for more faith-based goodness. Ah, yes. They have The Shack, Grace Unplugged, I Can Only Imagine, Still Believe, God Bless the Broken Road, Forever My Girl, and Where Hope Grows. I like some of these. Other ones I haven't heard of. I've never heard of Grace Unplugged. I might have heard of this one. Not entirely sure. Definitely haven't heard of Where Hope Grows. Forever My Girl, it's an okay movie. It's not something I absolutely love, but it's not bad. It's a good little faith-based love story. I Still Believe is not half bad. I definitely do enjoy that. I think my favorite, though, is I Can Only Imagine. I really do dig this movie, man. I think it's good acting. I like the story. It definitely kept my interest. I definitely do like that. The Shack, I know, not entirely a fan of that one. It's alright, but not the best, I would say. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not a huge fan of faith-based movies. I really am not. It's not that they're terrible. I mean, it's a huge genre that makes so much money every single year. People love faith-based movies, man. I mean, if you believe in your faith, if you love it, if you're devoted to it, these movies are basically affirmations of that, and I definitely dig them. I really do, because if you love what you love, these movies basically give you more of that, and there's really nothing wrong with it. Just not really my bag, baby. You know what I mean? Not entirely. I mean, like I said, it's a huge genre. Kirk Cameron has made a whole fucking career out of it. I mean, companies like Dove have literally made millions off of faith-based lovers. So I get it. I understand it. Just not entirely my thing. Like I said, there's a few that I really love, but it's few and far between. But if you dig it, well, you definitely can get your fix at Walmart. Now, wait a minute. So you're telling me among all of this faith-based goodness, all of the faith lovers' paradise, we have a Chinese action sci-fi flick? What? I'm pretty sure this is not supposed to be here, guys. Steelbooks, Project Clone. Okay. A science fiction giant, huh? Yeah, this is definitely not supposed to be in this section, guys. I don't know where the tag is meant to be or where this is actually supposed to go. Probably new releases, but I'm pretty sure it's not that price, man. I'm pretty sure it's definitely not that movie either. Okay, somebody royally fucked up, but I know this definitely came out this week. One of those indie titles. I have not seen it. Huh. Looks kind of intriguing, actually. It's about a former special agent, Gong Wu from Squid Game, and Train to Busan. Whoa, where was he in Squid Game? I gotta admit, there were so many characters, I never remembered any actor's name who was in the damn thing. Huh. I wonder who the hell he was, actually. I love Squid Game. I love Train to Busan. Now I'm kind of racking my brain as to who the hell he was. Huh. Is called in for a secret mission. Safely escort the world's first human clone, whose body may hold the key to defeating death itself. But as enemy closes in, the pair is forced to make an impossible choice. Oh, live, die, or clone yourself. Oh, so good. Wow, that's pretty awesome, man. I kind of like that synopsis. Not bad. I do like a good clone movie, man. There's something about that I really love. I mean, Jet Li's made one that I really dig. I mean, there's even great, like, comedies out there with clones, like Multiplicity. Oh, so good, man. I love that shit. Cloning is such a unique and interesting opportunity to do something really cool within the sci-fi genre. Yes, it's kind of used over and over and frickin' over again. Yeah, it is. And sometimes to good effect and sometimes to not so hot effect. But this kind of looks interesting. I like it. Escorting this clone. People are closing in. You have to make tough decisions and fight for your life. Cool little sci-fi action thriller. Interesting. Doesn't look half bad, actually. I might have to check this out one time. Give it a go. I do like a good sci-fi clone epic B-movie goodness. I definitely do. This might be right up my alley. It might just be. Perhaps. Very intriguing. However, I gotta admit, what's even more intriguing is the fact that it definitely is not meant to be in this section. I mean, faith-based goodness, and then that? Yeah, they royally fucked up. In a big bad way, they really did. But sometimes, I gotta admit, you can find some unique fuck-ups from time to time, and that is definitely an interesting one for sure. Alright, man, interesting section with the one oddball movie that definitely is the odd man out in this crowd, for sure. But speaking of odd man out, I'm noticing over here, they have this Tyler Perry flick, I Can Do Bad All By Myself, and I'm thinking to myself, in the Easter section? And then I said to myself, I'm like, wait a minute, Tyler Perry is definitely faith-based dude, right? Like, you gotta go to church, and all that Medea goodness, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose it's Christianity for whatever it's supposed to be. I mean, I don't know. But I thought to myself, I'm like, wait a minute. It's right next to SpongeBob. A movie called I Can Do Bad All By Myself, right next to an animated sponge. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, wait a minute. Which one would I choose? The animated sponge or Taraji P. Henson? I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Tyler Perry, but it's really hard to resist Taraji, isn't it? It really is. Honestly, no offense to the sponge, I'd probably get more mileage out of Taraji than I ever would getting mileage out of the animated sponge. I mean, maybe if I was smoking weed, I'd probably pick the animated sponge dude, but seriously, is it really even a choice? Come on, man. Oh, quite unique and quite interesting indeed. And I'm sure there will be more to show off eventually when they restock the rest of it. Oh, Lord. Well, it's interesting for what we got. Let's head out. Well, what do you know? Walmart delivered yet again, baby. My God, man. 5 weeks in a row. Did I really think they were actually going to get to 5 weeks? I got to admit, I wasn't really making bets on it. I thought to myself, I said, okay, there's not going to be much physical media this week because it's one major release and maybe pockets of little smaller ones. So I was like, maybe they'll have it because this is Walmart after all, folks. But I thought it's a big enough release, they've got to have it, right? Because if they don't have Eternals, that would be really weird. Huge Disney Marvel property and they don't have it. Thankfully, I was proven wrong that they actually did have the physical media love. Thank God. When it comes to physical media, I like to be proven wrong. I like to be proven that there is still a appetite for physical media out there, even from the first Walmart of all places where we usually don't see much physical media love anyways. And they proved that they were up to the task for yet another week of pure physical media gold, baby. Hell, they even have faith-based Easter goodness. we're just done with Valentine's Day and we're already on to Easter. Man, these months are flying by, baby. They indeed are, man. From one holiday on to the next, and from one physical media release on to another. Walmart has been doing their due diligence, and they continue the streak yet again. We'll see how next week pans out, but yet another week to add to the tally, and I am definitely appreciative of it. I hope you are too. Not too bad at all. How about we go searching for more physical media love that is out there? All right, everybody, we are at our second location, Target. But before I go in, I gotta talk to you guys about something. So, the criticism of superhero films continue. It doesn't really end, to be fair, man. And Moonfall director Roland Emmerich doubles down on superhero movie criticism. It's just very boring to me. You don't say. Let's dive in, shall we? In a recent interview, Moonfall director Roland Emmerich bemoaned the state of modern filmmaking, blaming major studio blockbusters, superhero movies in particular, for ruining our industry. Now, he was asked about the challenges of releasing a non-IP driven movie in the current climate while chatting with Discussing Film. Well, it gets harder and harder. I'm really not very happy about that. How many superhero movies can you make? They're making like 7 or 8 Spider-Man films. It's just very boring for me as a filmmaker. You don't want to keep making the same movies over and over. Wait a minute. This is from the same guy that makes disaster movies over and over. Literally, how many disaster movies can you really make? Apparently, if you're Roland Emmerich, not enough. Oh my God. Oh, seriously, look. All right, I like Roland Emmerich. He likes blowing shit up. You gotta appreciate that. But to say superhero movies are just boring and they're making the same thing over and over again, I mean, a part of me kind of maybe slightly agrees with him because, yes, there is a lot of the same similar stuff out there that just gets regurgitated over and over again. But then again, you could say that with disaster movies. You could say that with horror movies. You could say that with romance flicks. I mean, come on, to just pare it down to superhero films is a little unfair, don't you think? I mean, seriously, man. But then again, at the end of the day, you can also make some really wonderful, well-told superhero films that really change the genre and really breathe new life into it. There's a lot more of that going on in the superhero genre than there really is in the disaster genre. It's the same stuff over and over again. And look, Independence Day is great. The Day After Tomorrow is really good. And, 2012. But, I mean, it's all the same stuff over and over again, right? And so you're not really doing anything new or clever with it, but you can do that with the superhero genre. And honestly, at this point, I gotta admit, I'm just sick and tired of the criticism. I really am. I mean, look, not every superhero movie is going to be brilliant. Not every superhero movie is going to hit it out of the park. There will be lesser ones among the crowd. But that's with any genre. I mean, seriously. You cannot find one genre that doesn't have at least a little bit of a dud here and a little bit of a dud there. They all got one, guys. Some more than others, but they all have them, okay? And I just feel like a lot of these filmmakers who are hating on superhero movies, I don't think they get it. I don't think they understand it. That they just feel like, well, it's just comic book movies and it's the same thing. No, Spider-Man is different than Iron Man. Iron Man is different than Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is different than Batman. Batman is different than Superman. They all have unique storytelling opportunities, unique personalities. And so to just pare it down to everything is the same, that's complete and utter bullshit. It really is, man. And so those same people that are saying that are the same people, by the way, that's never actually directed a superhero film, right? I'd like to see Roland Emmerich try it. If you think they're all boring, you do a superhero movie and you do something that would change the game, not be boring like you think it's going to be boring. The same thing with Ridley Scott and all these other directors and personalities out there. I'm not saying that they aren't good directors. I'm not saying that they haven't made good films, but, if you think they're not that good, you try your hand at it and you see how you can do it. Don't knock it until you try it. Just saying. I mean, look, man, superhero movies, I think the reason why they get bagged on the way they do is because they're the popular thing right now. They're the flavor of the month. And when that happens, everybody dogpiles on you. That happens. It's happened with horror flicks in the past. It's happened with indie cinema at times. And we're here with superhero films. It's just the way of the world. What's ever popular, people hate against it because that's just the popular trending thing to do. Sometimes they have a point, but other times they're just complaining for complaining purposes just to be heard. And that's not really all that fun and not really all that intriguing either. Honestly, if you got a great criticism, I'd love to hear it. If you don't, well, save it for somebody who cares. I'm just saying, guys, definitely let me know what you think about that. I'm definitely interested. For me, I get it, but honestly, this is coming from the same guy that makes the same movie over and over again. Is he really the authority to be saying something? Let me know, guys. However, there is some physical media love this week. Not a ton, but a little bit. Walmart definitely showed that. So what will we get over at Target? Guess we just got to go in and find out. All right, everybody. We are in at Target, and when we're looking for new release love, Target seems to always continue to supply it, so you know we gotta dig in, baby. Let's definitely do it with the DVD of Marvel Studios' Eternals for $19.99, the Blu-ray digital for $24.99, the 4K Blu-ray digital for $29.99, and, oh, of course, we gotta get a little more exclusive love. The 4K Blu-ray digital for $34.99 only at Target Edition. This is looking pretty cool. I actually dig this artwork a lot. The art edition includes 2 limited edition foil etched prints. Original design. Oh, that's some cool artwork, man. Definitely digging that in a big bad way. I think you can do some really unique artwork for the Eternals. Yeah, you could do the standard sort of looking out into the distance and being badass look. This one I think is some really cool artwork, and this I think is pretty damn sweet too. I'm definitely digging the sci-fi mystical aspect to the artwork. This ain't half bad, man. Definitely digging this in a big bad way. Can't say all Target editions are really great, but this looks pretty sweet, man. Not bad at all. This is Marvel Studios at its magnificent best. Well, that's like your opinion, man. I mean, seriously, it's not that I don't like the movies. I said earlier, I really do like it. There's so much to take in, and it's very vast and sprawling and absolutely gorgeous. But it was lacking, and I think what was lacking was the characters. And I'm serious, man. I felt like the character development went to the wayside, especially when you have that many characters and those many storylines. Somebody, and it turned out to be many, ended up getting shortchanged in this film, and that's the problem. And this is where Disney Plus comes in, right? Because now we're sort of in uncharted waters in a lot of ways, right? Because Marvel has not only the avenue of movies, but also TV series on Disney Plus to open up the universe and expand it even more. And there's certain times where you watch a TV show on Disney Plus that Marvel is doing and say, that would have been better as a movie. And then there's certain movies where you say, that could have been better done had it been a TV show and maybe 8 to 10 episodes to really expand the universe. And I feel like Eternals is one of those. I mean, there are some really great characters in here. There's one African-American gay man who is really dynamic and interesting as a character, and how he evolved and how he sees the world now. And there's a couple other characters who have become mean-spirited and want to see the world end. And how has their philosophy changed? How has time changed them? How have their interactions changed who they are as people and their philosophies? And wouldn't it have been amazing to have an episode solely focused on that one character and flashbacks and seeing their personalities and the situations that they had to go through, the good and the bad of it? It would have been really fascinating and interesting, and I think it would have made the experience and the characters even more enriching. But when you do it as a movie, even if it's 2.5 hours, there's just not enough time, man. I mean, especially when you're doing a origin movie where you have to introduce so many characters and explain so many situations. There's just so much of an information dump, an information overload, that at a certain point, it just becomes too much to handle and the movie caves into its own self. And this was the issue with Eternals. Whereas I look at a TV series like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I'm like, that would have been better, in my opinion, as a movie. I think it would have been pared down a little bit better. I think the characters would have been a little more concise. There wouldn't have been as much fat. That's the dilemma that Marvel is going to have now. What works better as a TV show versus a movie and vice versa? That's the big issue of it all. And sometimes they're going to get it right. Like Loki, absolutely fantastic. Deserved the TV show status. WandaVision did. But then again, not everyone is created equal, and it's going to be the same with the movies. Everything is a part of the MCU experience, right? The TV stuff is a part of the MCU. You can't not see that and then see the movies, right? It's the same thing with like the new Doctor Strange film. You will have needed to see WandaVision and even maybe Loki in order to get some of the stuff that's going on in the next Doctor Strange movie. So it's all connected, man. So at the end of the day, I would have liked to have seen the universe expanded more in a Disney Plus TV series. I think it would have worked to their benefit more. I mean, the Eternals is such a vast expanse of a universe. So much opportunities, and the characters and the villains and the right and wrong, and what is the definition of a god, and who has the right to create life. And there's so much really fantastic storytelling that has so much possibilities in Eternals. It truly is an endless vastness of information that you could get out of this. But I just feel like it was so much in this movie that I think they ended up shortchanging the characters in order to get all the information out there. And it was to the detriment of the film, in my honest opinion. I mean, even the villains are a little bit of weak sauce. They're not explained as well as they could be. Some villains, they even get shortchanged a bit as well. Again, there's so much information here, and there's so much to take in that at a certain point, you have to sacrifice something, and the characters were one of them, and that's a damn shame. Like I said, I think as a Disney Plus show, it would have really been amazing and dynamic, and really would have fleshed out the characters and the situations in a great way. As a 2-hour plus movie, there's a lot of information, but sometimes things get lost in translation, especially when you're telling this vast of a story. It did. Still good, but as a series, I think it could have been much better. What do you think? Is it better to go with the TV aspect or the movie? Or just depends on the property? Definitely let me know, guys. But this is a really cool addition from Target. Not bad. I'm definitely liking the art on that in a big bad way. And of course, they definitely have all the Marvel Eternals love that you definitely appreciate. Not bad at all. However, that is really the only release that they have. And man, even Encanto is gone. Dude, the Redbox Bandits rated this in a big bad way. They only got the exclusive left, and eventually that'll sell out as well. They're selling out the Encanto love. They've got Marvel love. They definitely are trying to do their best to supply all the Disney goodness indeed. They definitely are, and I'm definitely appreciate it. Not half bad. Let's head out. Whatever Walmart does, Target can do better. Well, at least they're trying to, guys. Oh, man. Walmart has an exclusive. Target decides to have an exclusive. Walmart has all of the Eternals goodness. Well, they have to have all the Eternals goodness as well. I mean, mind you, there's not much else that is coming out this week. It's really like the big bad Eternal show this week. Ain't no one wanting to go up against Marvel. Will come out the week before, the week after, but you got this week, bro. Yeah, that's pretty much what it's gonna be like for this week, man. But hey, I am still loving that they are putting out the new releases. I am loving the exclusive love. Even if there's not much physical media, hey, at least they're putting out new physical media release goodness, and that I always appreciate. A little or a lot, it doesn't matter. As long as I see new release love, as long as they're supplying it, I'm definitely gonna come and talk about it. You guys know that for sure. And Target has been supplying the goodness, and they do it yet again. Definitely got to appreciate it. I know that I always do, because any physical media goodness makes me a very happy physical media boy. And I know it does for you as well. Absolutely. So, a little bit more Eternals love, never hurt nobody. But how about we go to the next location, and hopefully more physical media goodness on the way. All right, everybody. We are at our third location, the second Walmart. I'm going to go in and check out if there's any interesting indie titles worth showing off. If there is, I'll bring it back to Film Fan 108 HQ and show it out to each and every one of you. But before I do that, I want to talk about a trailer. And Netflix keeps on putting out the hits, and come March 11th, there might be some sci-fi goodness waiting for you with the Adam Project. Oh, indeed there is. Ryan Reynolds, baby. I can't get enough of him, and Netflix can't either. Oh, yeah. So, I did not know about this movie. I didn't even know that this movie existed or was even coming out until the trailer happened. And now, consider me pretty damn excited about it. So basically, from what I gather, this boy's father is missing, or something's happened with his father. And he eventually one night encounters his future self, played by Ryan Reynolds. And there's a reason why he went back in time. There's a reason why he's grabbing the kid and protecting him and protecting the family, something to do with his father, some sort of scientific experiment project, and the adventure spins from there. And I gotta admit, I am really intrigued by this movie. First of all, I'm a fan of time travel. I love time travel stories. It's probably one of my favorite sci-fi storyline aspects, is just time travel. I don't know, sometimes to me it's done kind of shitty, but other times it can be done really amazing. Back to the Future trilogy. Hell, Harry Potter even attempted it. I thought they did a pretty damn good job. Even a TV show like Lost went out of its way to do some very unique time travel. So the rules are never truly set. It's always movie by movie, TV show by TV show of how they establish the time travel. But it's always unique and fascinating, and I always love how every filmmaker or storyteller interprets it in their own unique way. And this looks really intriguing to me. It really honestly does, man. And so I'm down for this. I think the action looks sort of futuristic and cool with these sort of light sticks that they're beating these bad guys with and disintegrating them. Seeing Zoe Saldana here kick so much ass. I mean, Gamora, come on. She's kicking all kinds of ass. The Avatar stuff, Guardians of the Galaxy, this movie. She's a kick-ass chick. Don't deny that, man. She's really awesome. And Ryan Reynolds, man, he's got charisma, he's got charm for days. But what I'm hoping for in this role particularly is I'm hoping that he's not the shtick guy, right? I'm hoping he's not the funny guy for funny's sake. Yeah, he can have a few quips here and there, make a joke or two. There's even some in the trailer, but I hope that he's not just the funny guy for funny guy's sake. I hope there's a little more dramatic to it. I hope it's not just him being this funny, hilarious dude trying to get laughs. That's what I'm hoping for. I think it might happen. I love Ryan Reynolds, and I think he's a funny dude, but he needs to broaden his range a little bit. And there's a possibility that he could potentially do it with this film. Let's hope, man. I mean, it's basically the same creative team from Free Guy. I love Free Guy. I love the director, Sean Levy. I think he's done some really great stuff. And so, for me, this is the unique movie that I like. Look, we've seen time travel before. We've seen the idea of going back and finding your previous self and protecting it and all the time travel complications. It's not like we haven't seen it before. We have. Practically anything in cinema has been done at this point. But if you can spin it in a unique and interesting way and get you to really feel for that situation and the characters, and you're invested in the story, then that's what really matters. And I have a feeling a little bit of hope that it will pull itself together and that it will be a very intriguing and fun science fiction flick. There have been some cool stuff as of late dealing with science fiction, and let's hope that The Atom Project is yet another one in a long line of recent stuff that has really been quite intriguing, fun, and unique. Let's hope. Netflix is hitting it out of the park. They're doing some amazing projects, amazing original material, and let's hope that they continue the trend with The Atom Project. Let's hope indeed, guys. Definitely let me know what you think about that. Again, I love sci-fi. I love different aspects of sci-fi. They don't always get it right, but if it's fun, if it's exciting, if it's adventurous, I'm able to give it a little bit of a break. What do you think? Definitely let me know, man. In the meantime, how about we go into the second Walmart and hopefully some indie goodies worth checking out. All right, everybody. We are in at the second Walmart, and yeah, it's not exactly the biggest physical media release week. I mean, we have one big heavy hitter and then everything else, right? Yeah, it really is true. But when it comes to the indie weirdness, does it buck the trend? Well, it kind of does. Oh, indeed. I mean, it's nothing glorious, and it's definitely not Hollywood blockbuster, okay? It's more like really weird B-movie horror cheese that is very cheapo. But then again, this is Walmart. Are you really surprised? Yeah, so you know what that means. We gotta show this off. So you, Seth, yes, you are gonna have to show off more physical media bizarreness. I know that you're gonna be ready, right? Ooh, maybe that one. I don't know, this one kind of is maybe the right description. Ah, that one. Nah, I don't know about that one. What exactly are you doing this time? Oh, yeah, sorry about that. I was actually trying to find the movie that best describes you. Best describes me? Oh, this'll be good. Oh, I thought so too, which is why I'm thinking about choosing Brain Damage. I think it fits you, don't it? Oh, hardy har har. You're real funny. It's more like you're full of it. That's what I get with dealing with your ass. But you want to know what movie I think you are? Endangered Species. You want to know why? Because if you don't show off that physical media love now, you're about to become one. Endangered Species, huh? Pretty clever indeed. But not as clever as me. Oh, you can try your hardest. But I'm just better at the game, baby. Oh, I just might be. I know you're just a wee bit jealous, but I know I don't want to be the endangered species. So I guess I'll show off the physical media love. And this week, yeah, there's not as much as I would have hoped, but that doesn't mean that we haven't found some good stuff along the way. Exclusives and a little bit of more indie goodness here and there. And the second Walmart, well, it always tends to surprise us, providing us with some very unique and interesting physical media experiences. And I gotta admit, this week, those experiences, they're about to be tested. Ah, yes, the Walmart weirdness is back, baby. Jeez, look at these turkeys. Let's hope we get a lot of mileage out of this. Well, I hope. Yeah, right. Let's dive in, shall we, with the first thing, and actually a Walmart exclusive. Hell, how many times can you actually say that with indie love? Not much, but you can with Alien Sniper. Oh, man. One shot, one kill. Oh, nice. Anybody I know? Yeah, not really. But it's got a badass babe with a badass rifle. Come on. That alone can get you going. Oh, indeed it can. A female sniper on military leave promises to fulfill her fiancé's dying wish and knows she encounters a hostile alien invasion and is tasked with saving countless lives. Oh, yes. Aliens heading towards Earth and the badass babe having to save the day. Oh, haven't we seen that one a time or two, haven't we? Well, you could either get Will Smith, but if you can't afford him, well, I guess you'll have to do. I guess she will. Oh, Walmart exclusive indie B-movie sci-fi cheese exclusive quality. Oh, wonderful. Just what I really need. Honestly, though, that's not the only time that I've ever seen a Walmart exclusive movie before. I've actually seen it before. Ah, yes, I have, with none other than Bruiser. Yes, do you remember this? You might not, but this George A. Romero movie was actually a Walmart exclusive bonus film DVD. Yes. Meet the new face of terror. Oh, yeah, baby. The good old days, man. I really do dig this movie. It's a great little thrill ride for George A. Romero lovers out there. I mean, not classic George A. Romero by any means, but I kind of dig the killer and some of the kills and everything. I think it's kind of cool, honestly. I've always been waiting for somebody to finally put out some sort of great edition of Bruiser, but until then, well, I do have the exclusive Walmart DVD for the time being. But if you never checked out Bruiser, definitely do it. But Walmart has done exclusive love before. See, I got the proof. Oh, indeed I do, baby. So, yet another exclusive goodness. But honestly, I'm gonna take a wild guess on this, guys. It ain't half as good as any George A. Romero film. You know what I'm saying? Not even close. And if you think it is, you dead ass wrong. Oh, you are definitely wrong as hell, man. But speaking of alien invasion B-movie cheese, well, there's been quite a few. And some have some really great charm to it. They definitely do, man. Some that I've really enjoyed in the past, that I've really dug. For instance, I've really enjoyed Without Warning. Oh, I do. I love Without Warning. It preys on human fear. It feeds on human flesh. Oh, yeah. I love this movie, man. So good. Oh, this is so fucking awesome, man. Martin Landau is great. Jack Palance is fucking amazing here. Yeah, it's cheesy and B-movie quality, and they don't quite have the budget to pull off like an alien invasion flick that they really would have wanted to. But I love the alien design in here. I think it's kind of clever, and I love that he uses these sort of alien discs, and when it gets onto your neck or something, it ends up attaching itself and burrowing itself into you. It's really kind of weird, but I kind of love it, man. They don't show the alien nearly enough, but towards the end they kind of show a little bit more. Yeah, it is kind of cheesy and kind of cheapo, but it has a certain sort of charm to it that I really appreciate. I kind of love that one. That one's pretty cool, man. I definitely dig that. Another one I really dig, and man, is this so good. Dark Angel, or as some of you would call it, I Come in Peace. Well, you'd go in pieces, asshole. So good. Dolph motherfucking Lundgren, man. One of my favorite Dolph Lundgren films of all time. It's not a close encounter. It's the last. Oh, I love that artwork too, man. So fucking good. Him going up against this alien badass that's basically like using human bodies, yeah, to manufacture narcotics and drugs. It's fucking wild, man. It's so good. It's some great character actors in here, some really cool kills. The action ain't half bad either. It's got a certain charm to it. Yeah, not as good as it could be, but I think you definitely see the potential, you see the charm of the concept, and I think it's a pretty fun B-movie level sci-fi action flick. I definitely enjoy this one, man. Love this movie so goddamn much, man. One of the first movies I ever fell in love with Dolph Lundgren, man. Well, this and Rocky 4. Which one's better? I'm not saying, but I love my man Dolph regardless. Oh, I definitely do, man. Whether he's fighting Rocky or he's killing alien badasses, the man's just that damn good. And I'd be completely messed up if I didn't mention some Night Beast love. Oh, yes. Little Don Doler goodness. Oh, definitely. Oh, man. You know, look, I'm not the biggest fan of Don Doler films. This is probably the actually only Don Doler film I really enjoy. He's definitely a cult director, but not many of his films I actually dig. But Night Beast is absolutely one of them. But I ain't gonna lie, man, this thing is very cheap, man. Even cheaper than Without Warning. mean, really it is. But I love the alien design. It is really cool, man. I mean, a little cheap the fact that it can't really shut its mouth, but you know, rubber monsters and shit. But it is really fun. It's quirky. Yeah, cheapo special effects. You don't see the alien nearly enough, but when you do, it is really fucking cool, man. Some cool, like, alien gun shootout shit. Yeah, you know, when you don't have the budget, you gotta come up with creative shit, man. And this does its best to try to hide all the cheapo that it can. Not 100% succeeding, but it does the job. It is a really fun flick, man. Very cultish. Not nearly as exciting as maybe it could have been, but you know, when you only have a certain amount of money, you show the alien creature as little as possible and hope nobody notices. Right. Oh man, it is really really fun though, man, and I really dig the hell out of this movie, man. There's something about the kitschy charm of old school effects and you know rubber monsters that always kind of gets me going way better than the CGI stuff, man. That's why I do kind of dig stuff like Night Beast and Dark Angel, which I really dig, and Without Warning has that certain charm to it that I really love, man. I mean, that stuff is really awesome to me. Hell, even sort of the rubber alien effects in Night of the Creeps that always kind of gives me a little bit of that old school love from back in the day, man. I mean, CGI is great, but it can't really replace some of the really great old school love that you get from some of these cheesy flicks, man. And that's what I really love and really appreciate, man. I mean, yeah, a movie like Night Beast can be really cheapo at times, but it has that really great old school charm to it that you just don't see nowadays. And I just really appreciate that. I really do, man. Cheapo as the movie is, ridiculous and corny, it's that goddamn charm that gets me, man. I swear to God, it really does, man. But, well, will Alien Sniper have the same effect? Something tells me not so much, guys. Not at all. I mean, cool cover. She's definitely a babe, but do you notice something on the back here? They are not actually showing the alien creatures off. They're not doing it. Gee, I wonder why. Oh, I think you know why, because it doesn't look that impressive. It probably looks really, really, really fucking cheap, man. Oh, man, it really does. And you know that they're just hiding it. They're like, yeah, you know, buy the movie, 12 something dollars, buy it. And then once you get it home, you're like, oh, shit. Can I bring it back? Well, you already opened it. You fucked. Oh man, that's what they want from you, man, but it looks cheap, man. I mean, it does not look really all that exciting. I mean, literally, if you have to have on the back cover, literally people having a board meeting, yeah, Independence Day, this shit ain't. That's for damn sure, man. Oh, Lord. I've seen better alien flicks. I've seen really terrible alien flicks. And then there's Alien Sniper. Yeah. Good luck with this. It's a Walmart exclusive, but something tells me they can keep it. If you're having problem with dead bodies in your home, man, just get the fuck out, will ya? Seriously. Hey, in apparitions, some families leave legacies, others leave bodies. Shit. If that's what your family does, man, stay the hell away from my ass. Seriously, man. Not all the ghosts that haunt us are dead. Oh, shit, man. Now I gotta worry about the real life people and the ghosts as well? Honestly, I'd probably just deal with the ghosts. The real life people, sometimes are real shady as fuck. You're damn right they are. Hell, I'll take my chances with the ghosts. Their intentions, well, might be bad, but at least you know what the hell they are. That's for damn sure. Plagued by nightmares of an orphan childhood, Lily comes home to find a key slipped under her door with the news she has inherited the country house that her parents were murdered in, setting her off on an impulsive quest to find out the truth about them. You know, if you have a key slipped under your door and the news that you inherited the country house that your parents were murdered in, something about that is already shady. That should be telling you maybe sell it quick, make a quick buck and get the fuck out. These people never learn. God damn, man. Forced to stop at a strange country pub in the middle of nowhere, Lily hears terrifying stories about the house and disappearance and death that continue to surround her old family home. With the conviction that it must be haunted, ignoring these warnings, Lily is spurred on by fleeting memories of her mother and faces a night alone in the house. She soon discovers not all ghosts that haunt us are dead and that her life is in danger. Yeah, no shit. Seriously, man. You're even going to a local pub and they're basically telling you, oh, that haunted house. Yeah, it's got old dead bodies and ghosts lingering around it. It be evil, right? I mean, they're even saying that and she's like, oh, well, isn't that pleasant? Come on, man. What the fuck? Jesus, man. Some of these people, man, they just don't fucking learn. Hello, McFly. Hello. Is there anybody in there? Oh, man. You know, look, I do love a good ghost story as well as anybody does. There are some really great ones out there worth diving into, ones that I love. You know, I mean, you have the great ones out there, like the Conjuring franchise, Insidious, you name it. They've done some really great stuff, but there is also ones out there that are pretty clever as well from time to time. Ones that I absolutely love. One of them is Ghost Story. I really dig Ghost Story, man. The Chowder Society, what great actors here, man. I mean, Fred Astaire, Melvin Douglas, Douglas Fairbanks, John Houseman, great actors, and I really love the story of their past coming back to haunt them. So fantastic. Alice Krige in this movie is haunting. So fucking good, man. Great, great flick that I absolutely dig. I also gotta show a lot of love to The Changeling. Man, The Changeling is absolutely amazing. Fantastic. I love this film so much, man. It's so haunting and creepy. And the idea that this guy's wife and his child are gone and he's communicating with something on the other side, something undead that can't completely rest, and the obsession with it. It's so absolutely fantastic and phenomenal. Such an amazing movie. Very haunting, absolutely worth diving into. Even a recent one like The Night House is absolutely phenomenal, man. Incredibly atmospheric, haunting, creepy, amazing performances. This is definitely one of those great underrated sort of unrest ghost story movies, which is absolutely fantastic. Love The Night House so much. That is really intriguing. And if you're looking for something a little bit slightly on the lighter side, The Frighteners is absolutely fucking awesome as well. Michael J. Fox is killer in this movie. I love the actual ghosts themselves. Funny and yet haunting and creepy. And I love the story of this guy who's a medium that is kind of scamming people, but then when deaths are happening around him, he suddenly has to get serious and try to take down the evil ghost for good. So great fucking movie, man. A great Peter Jackson flick. Love that movie so much, man. So there is some really great, cool, interesting ghost story stuff out there, and a hell of a lot more as well. Really awesome stuff. So can Apparition be the same? Can it be one of those really great ghost stories? I don't know. It's definitely got an uphill battle, man. I don't know. I see these stupid characters in movies, and sometimes I'm like, you see the literal road signs that say, get the fuck out, and they never listen, man. It's kind of like those Friday the 13th movies where you have like the crazy Ralph character. They're like, you're all doomed. And then they're all like, oh, yeah, that guy. And nobody believes him. And then suddenly they get killed one by fucking one, man. But those movies have a certain amount of charm to them that I definitely appreciate. I don't know if there's any charm with this. It could be some cool atmospheric scenes, some cool special effects, and maybe some cool kills. Let's hope, because if not, there ain't much to celebrate or to be scared of in this flick. Good try, but some of the old school ghost story love, you definitely are not. But thanks for trying, though. Yeah, if I saw a guy like that in my home, yeah, I'd probably walk out too. The devil came home. Time won't stop the Ripper. Oh, you don't say, do ya? Huh? You know what this reminds me of? Of that song, right? The devil came down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind. He was way behind. He was looking to make a deal. Oh, goddamn, I love that song, man. Shit. Oh, man, I gotta re-listen to that motherfucker. Seriously. Oh, man. I do kind of like the cover to that. This dude is aping off of old school, like, steampunkish. Okay. And a bloody knife. Well, at least I dig the bloody knife part. Oh, man. I am you. A family torn apart when the stepfather's PTSD develops into something far more sinister and possibly even supernatural. Really? Not bad, man. I do like these type of stories where a guy, right, who seems harmless, easygoing, you'd never really suspect him as somebody that would do something like this, something crazy, ends up really manifesting his darkest and deepest troubles into real life killing. I really dig that, man. I think that's some really cool stuff. And in fact, obviously, there's one that comes to mind, probably the best of them all, to be honest with you. Oh, I think you know what I'm talking about. I think you do indeed. And if you don't, you're crazy, man. Actually, sometimes we all go a little crazy. Especially if you're Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Oh, man, do I love this goddamn fucking movie, man. Stanley Kubrick classic, Jack Nicholson classic. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And I can see why. Oh, man, and when he does, boy, he's ready to chop up a motherfucker. Ah, damn, he is. I do really love this movie, man. And Jack Nicholson is one of the best when he's like going absolutely nuts and crazy with the axe and literally going ape shit. It's fucking phenomenal, man. Absolutely fucking amazing. Killer. Love that shit so goddamn much, man. I mean, it is really, really cool that I really love that type of stuff, man. And it's movies like that that really make me such a huge fan of that type of genre. I mean, there's other ones like that, but let's be real. That's like one of the classics, and there's a reason for it, because it's just that damn good. It truly is. This looks kind of interesting. Sort of a guy whose army life or somebody who's dealt with a lot of disturbing images finally ends up sort of breaking under all of the pressure. And yeah, we all deal with pressure at times, and we all deal with difficulties, but I mean, you don't see me going around with an axe or a butcher knife hacking people up. However, stay tuned, folks. Oh, it could happen. You never know, man. You'll be like, wait a minute. I remember that was that YouTuber that I used to watch. Oh shit, he went nuts and crazy and hacked people up. Damn. And I thought he was insane. If you see my videos, you know I'm not sane, man. Not even by a goddamn long shot. Look, here's the truth. Not all of these movies are created equal. And it's not like it's trying to ape off of The Shining or anything like that. But, you know, you always have it in the back of your mind. Like, it's good, but it's not The Shining good. It could have some really cool kills in it. Some really cool, crazy, going wacko type of moments. Is it going to be memorable, though? Maybe not, but sometimes you just want a cool, like, killer attacking and just ripping people apart. Sometimes that's all you really need in life. It's a good stress reliever. What can I say? You'll never guess what ended up happening to me, guys. I was following this rainbow, and at the end of the rainbow, it had all this gold. And I couldn't believe what I found. But honestly, I probably should bring back the gold. I know, right? I was going to invest in more movies. But honestly, if I have to deal with this dude, I'd probably be better off bringing it than being a dead man. Something tells me, though, that this Leprechaun is one lip-dick motherfucker. Oh, man, in The Leprechaun, the curse. Oh, what the hell piece of turd is this goddamn thing? Oh, seriously? Oh, God! What the hell? Look at that! My God, man, what did they get that mask from Party City? Jeez! It looks like it literally smeared motor oil all over its face. That or the black goo from X-Files. Damn, man, somebody called Mulder and Scully. Man, they gotta fucking get people's money back who bought this motherfucker. And that's an X-File in itself. God damn. What the fuck? Jesus. Tilly is shocked to learn that she has inherited the estate of her real father, whom she never met. When she and her friends travel to her late father's home, Tilly begins to piece together her late father's deep, dark secret, including the fact that he was a gold broker, who obtained his gold in mysterious ways. Before long, Tilly discovers that the gold belongs to an evil leprechaun who is intent on getting it all back and killing anyone who gets in his way. Something tells me, man, seriously, do you really have anything to worry about this leprechaun, man? It looks like a fucking reject. Man, wherever he came from, I don't think they want him back. Man, what the fuck, dude? Jesus, this thing looks cheapo as shit. And honestly, it also sounds really familiar, right? Oh, he wants to get the gold back. And if he doesn't get the gold back, he'll kill anyone that stands in his way. Oh, gee, that does sound really familiar, doesn't it? Sounds like another leprechaun I know. Yeah, sounds like one that kills really well and has really good puns. And honestly, looks a hell of a lot better, too. Oh, yeah. Now that I come to think about it, it reminds me exactly of this leprechaun. Oh, yes, look at him. Oh, he's ready to give a nice pun and kill your ass in really ridiculous ways. Oh, he truly is, man. Oh, yes. Oh, my God, Warwick Davis. Oh, this franchise, man. Okay, look. I do love the Leprechaun franchise. Mind you, the Leprechaun franchise has at times done me pretty dirty. Okay, it really has. Look, I love the first one, classic. I even really love 2 and 3, especially the one that's in Vegas. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, but there's a certain charm to it. And then you have Leprechaun in Space. Oh my God. Look, it's not absolutely the most dog shit movie ever. Trust me, I've seen way worse. But yeah, it could have been way better. And then, of course, he goes from space to the hood. Because, after you've conquered space, that seems the next logical choice, right? Oh, seriously? Oh, sure, why the hell not, man? I mean, look, I give these movies credit because they know what they are. They're absolutely ridiculous, they're cheeseball, they don't make any goddamn sense, but there's something about the charm and quirkiness of Warwick Davis playing the leprechaun that makes it all the better, right? There's something about him where he knows what he's in, and he's goofing it up and having a good time with it, and cheeseballing it, and I appreciate that, man. Not all the movies are created equal, trust me. If you've ever seen Leprechaun Back to the Hood, you know what I'm talking about. But that being said, I still do love these movies regardless of how cheeseball and cheapo it may be at times. And it's all because of that guy right there. He does have the charm, and I'm glad I'm not stealing any of his gold, because I don't want him and his Lucky Charms coming after my ass. I definitely don't, man. Cheeseball was so good, gotta admit, man. But something tells me that I will take those movies a hell of a lot more than this piece of shit. Oh my lord. Seriously. Look at that, man. I don't care what Leprechaun movie you like or not in that franchise with Warwick. I don't care. Hell, honestly, I'm not even a fan of the remake reboot that they did. Yeah, that really shitty one with the crappy looking leprechaun in it. Yeah, that's shit. But fuck it, man. Hell, I'll take that over this piece of crap, man. My God. Good lord. I mean, okay, maybe they didn't get the mask from Party City. Maybe they got it from Walmart. Damn. I mean, shit. I may just take the Walmart exclusive over this. And that's saying a lot, damn it. Oh, my God. Oh, this thing has got to be terrible, man. I mean, look, I like the idea of a leprechaun's curse. I like the idea of going for the gold and creative kills. But once you've seen the actual Leprechaun franchise and seeing how good Warwick Davis is there really any point of watching any other Leprechaun film? It's really pointless. And this movie proves that, honestly, only one good Leprechaun is really all you need, folks. Oh my goodness. I can't. I feel sorry for anybody who buys this for $10, man, because honestly, I really hope you get your money back. But something tells me that even if it was $1, that's still too fucking high. Oh, Lord, it is. Actually, you want to know what? I may just keep the gold. Because honestly, anything I buy, and I mean anything, would have to be better than this piece of shit. I'll take all the gold in the world and buy all the worst films in the world if it means I never have to watch this fucking movie ever in my life. That will truly be the fucking curse. Oh my God, this thing is impossibly cheap. And that Leprechaun, honestly, that shit's gonna give me waking nightmares. Holy cow. Oh, Lord. Yeah, it got some mileage. Can't say much, but it definitely did. Some interesting bizarreness this week. And, oh, it could be worse. Maybe. I'm telling you guys, it's movies like this that is going to get us invaded by aliens. I'm serious. They're going to watch these films and they're going to realize, oh, there's no intelligent life on the earth. Thanks a lot. Look, if you cannot trust the drunk old dudes at the pub telling you that your house is haunted, you deserve to be fucked. Oh, you thought PTSD was bad. No. You forgot about PMWS. Oh, you don't know what that is? Oh, it stands for Physical Media Withdrawal Syndrome. Yeah, and honestly, you don't want to mess with those people. They're real killers. And look, it's movies like this and ugly-ass leprechauns that honestly make me not want to eat Lucky Charms. And I'm really thankful for it. Not only can that shit rob my teeth, but I think movies like this can make me go blind. Oh, man. Oh, low, look at this. Oh, man. Not sure if it's bottom of the barrel, but it's pretty damn close. Oh, Lord, it definitely is, man. Good, bad, Walmart ugly. Oh, Lordy, I guess it all has to be shown off, and I guess I gotta do my due diligence to do it, don't I? Apparently so. Now, whether it's the big blockbusters or really crappy leprechauns, everybody deserves the love. Right. Oh, man. Hey, it's physical media, so have at it, folks. Even if it may not be worth it, it's still worth it to at least show it off. I guess. I suppose so, guys. Hey, I love showing off physical media, and it doesn't matter what it is, it's always entertaining as hell, and I hope this stack definitely had a little bit of entertainment value. Maybe a little. Maybe. Oh boy, some very unique, to say the least, and very interesting titles we're showing off, guys. But, oh, that is it for all the second Walmart love. Now, it's time to head to the fourth and final location, and hopefully some unique physical media that's a hell of a lot better than this stash. All right, everybody, we are at our fourth and final location, and when it comes to physical media goodness, you can't end the day off until you pay the toll to the beast. So, well, I definitely got to get on that, guys, when I head into Best Buy the Beast. Best Buy, baby. Oh, yes, we are back indeed. And what will Best Buy have in store for us? Honestly, it's not the most plentiful physical media week of all time, that's for damn sure. But we have seen an exclusive and an off-release here and an off-release there. So maybe Best Buy can surprise us? How about we go in? Check it out. All right, everybody, we are in at Best Buy under the new releases, and it's looking a little empty, just a little bit. But just because it's a little bit empty doesn't mean that there isn't any new release love worth checking out. Oh, and I think it's going to be good. Let's dive in, shall we? With the DVD only of Marvel Studios' Eternals for $19.99, the Blu-ray digital for $24.99, the 4K Blu-ray digital for $29.99, and oh baby, they got it. Another exclusive? Oh, I do believe I want me some. Yes, the Best Buy limited edition collectible Steelbook 4K Blu-ray digital for $34.99. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, that is sweet, baby. Oh, that is nice. That is very, very nice, man. I'm loving that. You know, I saw this Steelbook online, the look of it, and I wasn't really impressed by the Steelbook at first. I really wasn't. I was kind of like, it doesn't look that great. But in person, I think it actually looks really cool. It's either between this artwork here or this artwork, but I think both are pretty fucking awesome, actually. They're really cool, man. And again, I just love it. The different artworks have been really, really kick-ass. They've been pretty goddamn cool, man. And this Steelbook, that is pretty sweet. You gotta say, man, that's pretty nice, dude. Oh, I am surprised that they still have this. I'm surprised that it hasn't sold out yet. There's only a select amount of copies here, so it's probably gonna go pretty goddamn fast. So if you want one, you better grab it, because it's probably gonna go like hotcakes. It's Marvel. Anything Marvel as far as Steelbooks go, they sell out pretty goddamn quick. And this one, even if it's a lesser MCU film, which a lot of people tend to say this film is, come on. It's Best Buy limited edition Steelbook, it's Marvel, it's gonna go fast. Let's be real, guys. Get it while you can, because it's gonna sell out fast. Oh, it will, and I'm so glad to finally see it. Sweet, baby. Now, I gotta talk about this film in particular when it comes to the MCU storyline, because the MCU has really put out some really wild and crazy concepts within their 10 or plus years of making movies, man. And I mean, things that I never thought I'd see, like Thor and the Space Palace in the clouds, the Infinity Gauntlet, the quantum realm. I mean, there are crazy, wild theories and concepts that I thought would never see the light of day. And even if it did, I never thought that it would be translated in a way that was really accessible on the big screen. But give the MCU credit, they really have went out of their way to do some really amazing stuff and not only make it relatable, but actually, make it a concept that people can really get into and feel like they're invested in. That's not easy to pull off, and MCU has done it. But when it's too far, actually far. And what I mean by that is these new MCU films, they're putting out even crazier concepts. I mean, mythical creatures, space gods who have seeded life across many galaxies, the multiverse. I mean, they are going balls out with their concepts in a big bad way, man. And it's not that you can't make those concepts accessible. You absolutely can, but it's how you approach it that really matters. And at a certain point, there is a disconnect with the audience. At a certain point, there's only so much that will actually disbelief until we start to be like, wait a second. There's these weird-looking, gigantic, space-looking robots that have seeded all life in the world. These superhuman beings that have been here for ages. Why hasn't anyone ever noticed them? Why doesn't anybody else know about this stuff? I mean, there's a lot of plot holes in there that sometimes you can drive a Mack truck through. But I try to give MCU the benefit of the doubt. I try to, man. I just don't know where they're going exactly with this concept. Because are they introducing Galactus? Because these space villains in here, they look very similar to Galactus. Slightly different, obviously, but somewhat similar. And I'm like, are they doing that? Because if they are, I mean, they're introducing so much stuff as it is. I mean, it would be cool to see Galactus as the ultimate bad guy. I mean, after Thanos, it would make a lot of sense. But then again, maybe it's a little premature right now. I don't know. I just want to see where this concept is going. And I think the way that they set it up in this film didn't quite work the way that I was hoping for either. I mean, you also have to remember that after Avengers Endgame, there was a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, who after that movie said this was a perfect run. After 10 years, it was a really great fitting end. To continue would just feel like you're really pressing your luck. And I think Kevin Feige sees that as a challenge. I think he sees it as something that he wants to really take on, and sees it as something where he's like, okay, well, you think we're done, but we're just getting started. And I can go with the multiverse. I think the multiverse idea is incredibly fucking cool. The mythical creatures thing from Shang-Chi, at first it was kind of jarring because I was like, wow, I did not see that coming, but I kind of warmed up to it. The whole space god stuff, I mean, Thor handled it pretty well, but this goes that extra mile, and I just wonder how they're going to do this going forward with all the MCU storylines that are happening right now, with all the concepts that they're throwing out there. Is this maybe one too many? I'm kind of curious. Do you think they should have introduced the Eternals now, or should they have introduced them later? It's a great group, an interesting cadre of characters and storylines and personalities, but again, we're introducing so much stuff as it is. Maybe this is too much of an overload. I'm just not sure where it's all going to end up. And at the end of the day, I think out of all of the new MCU stuff that has come out as of late, I think I'm very curious about this one more than anything else, because it's such a wild concept. There's so many things that are happening here, and there's no telling where they can go next. I mean, there's so many stuff that they're doing now. More Doctor Strange, multiverse, nuttiness. I mean, you have Moon Knight, obviously more Eternal stuff. They're going to be including Blade, which has vampires in it. So now we're adding vampires to the MCU. I mean, they are really throwing a lot of stuff at the dartboard and seeing what sticks. And at the end of the day, that's all well and good as long as you have a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, it's just concepts being thrown out there just for being thrown out their sake. I trust in my Lord and Savior Kevin Feige, but I don't know for how long. Let me know what you think of the concept. It's a good concept as long as it's going somewhere significant. Let's hope our Lord and Savior has a plan. Let's hope indeed, guys. Indeed, I hope. But this is a really nice Steelbook. This is fucking amazing, man. I cannot believe they had it here. That is so cool. Dude, I usually come into Best Buy, and no lie, they are usually sold out like a motherfucker. I mean, I have not seen the Black Widow Steelbook ever. I've never seen that at all. I've never seen the Free Guys Steelbook. Well, they have the old one, but let's be real. That's been here for ages, man. I mean, the same thing with the Venom Steelbook. I haven't seen that ever either. I mean, sometimes you're lucky with Steelbooks, and other times, well, not so much. But this is a really cool Steelbook, man, and I think this is pretty kick-ass. And who'd have thought that I see the Eternal Steelbook, man? This is pretty goddamn sweet, and Best Buy definitely has all the Marvel Eternals love. That is for damn sure. Not half bad, man. Pretty goddamn cool overall. Nice Steelbook. Nice indeed, man. Not bad. But how about we see if they got anything else worth checking out? And on the back side, it's looking a little sparse. A little bit here, a little bit there. Doesn't look like there's much worth showing off. However, you have to make sure you look everywhere. Even on the bottom. Because you never know when you encounter a little Scream Factory goodness. The 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray Collector's Edition release of The Howling. Oh, yes. For $27.99. I didn't think we would see it here at Best Buy, because sometimes these Scream Factory releases, sometimes we see them at Best Buy. Other times, it's a little bit of a gamble. We probably don't. But, oh, this is so awesome that we finally get to see it. Oh, in all of its werewolf glory. Amazing. Imagine your worst fear a reality. Oh, yes. Wait a minute. A world without physical media? My worst fear realized? Oh my God, that would be madness. Thankfully, we don't live in that world, folks. We live in all of that wonderful physical media goodness. Oh, and that includes The Howling too. Oh man, do I really dig this movie. I truly do, man. I am a werewolf lover. I love werewolf movies. But to be honest, not every werewolf movie is created equal. You know what I'm saying? You definitely know that, man. And some are better than others. And The Howling is one of the best, man. One of the truly best of all time. I love this movie. Dee Wallace is amazing. Christopher Stone in here, fantastic. Robert Picardo, terrifying as hell. The special effects by Rob Bottin are amazing here. I love the werewolf transformation with the bladders and them moving on his face, and it really feels like it's hurting and it's painful, but yet he's really enjoying the process of becoming this beast of terror. I love it so much, man. That's a chick that I think I'll pass on making out with. Oh my god. Let me just say she's probably into some kink, and I think I'll pass. Oh my lord. It is so good, man. I just love this woman and this detective story and going to this place where people are talking about their problems and she's going there, but yet realizing that they're all werewolves and they're all fucked up. And if she's not careful, she'll either be one of them or she'll be their next meal. Oh my lord. I'm telling you, man, it is so fantastic. I love this movie so much. The acting, the effects, the characters, the dialogue, it truly is a very memorable werewolf movie, man. Right up there with American Werewolf in London and so many other great werewolf movies out there. Bad Moon is another one that I really love as well. Silver Bullet, you name it. There's some really great ones out there. Quintessential werewolf movie. This definitely has to be on the list. I love it. The artwork is amazing as well. Classic. Love that so much. It's so damn good. Joe Dante is amazing as a director, man. He really is fantastic. The same guy who did Piranha and Gremlins did this. The guy definitely knows his shit. That's for damn sure. It's great that he mixes comedic elements with dramatic elements with horror. He comes from the world of Roger Corman and doing things on the cheap but getting the best effect out of it that you possibly can. Getting your money's worth, so to speak, because, you know, you have to be creative on a budget, obviously, and Joe Dante does it in spades. He was amazing as a director, not really doing much anymore, but back in the day, he was one of the best, and Howling truly shows that. So goddamn good, man. And Scream Factory definitely gave it the love it deserves. Look at this, all those special features. Oh man, when Scream Factory goes all out, they definitely do. I know they're doing a lot of 4K love nowadays. I already have the Blu-ray of The Howling, and I really do dig it. I don't know if I exactly need this. Oh, but I kind of want it. I kind of do, man. I don't know. I'll have to decide on that. But I'm pretty happy with the Blu-ray overall. But if you have not dived into The Howling love, first of all, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Dive into it. And if you haven't, what a great way to do it, 4K style, man. Oh, so bloody awesome. And bloody terrific, too. Oh, and terrorizing. God damn, that is so cool that they have that. You never know what you'll find. Maybe you might come across some Scream Factory goodness. I wish they'd have more, but I'll take The Howling, baby. Oh, indeed I will, man. Not a lot of physical media love here, but just enough to whet my appetite. Not bad. Let's head out. Even on a slow physical media week, Best Buy still delivers. Oh, indeed they do, man. I mean, it's the major Eternals love, but yet they had the exclusive Steelbook action, and I definitely appreciated that, man. We finished off it. We did the hat trick. All exclusive love. That rarely happens nowadays, but I'm damn glad for it. And Scream Factory 4K goodness as well. Yeah, they did pretty decent. They did indeed, man. Again, even on slow physical media weeks, you can still find some good stuff. You just have to go a-looking, you know what I mean, guys? It's never easy, but us physical media lovers definitely do dig the hunt, because you never quite know what you'll find until you go out and search for it And this week absolutely proves that in the best way possible. It truly does, man. I love it so, so much. Hope you did too. I can definitely dig the physical media love this week. Oh, that's for sure. How about we head home and finish the video? All right, everybody. That'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD. Out and about video this week, and yeah, maybe not as crazy plentiful as some of the other weeks have been, but we got a heavy hitter, we got a little sprinkling of indie love, and a few other titles here and there, and we got the trifecta of exclusive love: Walmart, Target, and Best Buy. I gotta admit, that doesn't always happen, guys, okay? One place will have something, another place won't. Best Buy usually doesn't have their Steelbooks, but this time, we lucked out. Thank God, man. The physical media gods were on my side this week. Definitely appreciate that, man. Some really great exclusives out there. An interesting title here and there. Hopefully you picked up something good. If you did, definitely let me know. As far as I'm concerned, well, I did get a release from Orbit DVD. This was one that I definitely wanted, and when Kino Lorber announced it, it was one that was going to be an instant pickup. And that is none other than the 4K of Some Like It Hot. Oh, look at that, man. I love this artwork so much. Oh, it's so good, man. And honestly, the same artwork on the inside as well. It's so good, they had to put it on twice. Oh, indeed they did, man. Now, I do also have the Criterion of Some Like It Hot as well. So now I have the 4K from Kino and also the Criterion disc as well. I may just keep this one. And the reason why I say I'm going to keep it is it does have some unique special features that are not on here. Ones that I definitely want to keep just as a fan of the film. So this one will probably not be leaving the collection. I definitely want to keep it around. But it's kind of interesting because I'm not always the biggest fan of 4K, and I know there's been a lot of pushback of people saying, well, Seth, why aren't you as big of a fan of 4K, and why don't you pick up all these older titles that are on 4K and, you know, support the format and whatnot? Now, here's my justification, my own justification, that if I really, really, really love the movie very, very much, I'm going to buy the 4K. And Some Like It Hot is one of those. I can't say that I'm going to buy every older title that gets released on 4K. I'm just not. If it's not in the collection and a 4K comes out and I really love the movie, of course I'll pick up the 4K. But certain movies that I have on Blu-ray, I just don't need the 4K. But there's ones that I love so much that I do think it's worth it for the pickup, and Some Like It Hot is definitely one of them. I've always really loved this film. Back in the VHS days, because my mother and father taped it on VHS, they love this movie, they love these old school black and white films, and they turned me on to these type of films. And it was one of the first times that I found Jack Lemmon. It was probably one of the first times that I found Marilyn Monroe. Man, and I fell in love with Marilyn Monroe, and it's movies like this and The 7-Year Itch, and just seeing her persona that I just really loved and gravitated to, man. And I think this is Marilyn Monroe's best film, in my honest opinion. I think it really is, and yeah, she's not the greatest actress, and she doesn't have the greatest range, but her beauty just radiates off of the screen, and you could see why people really just loved looking at her and was obsessed by her. She's a great here. The comedy is awesome. Jack Lemmon is fantastic here. I love everybody involved with it. Tony Curtis is really great. Wonderful, great, charming personality on the screen. Everything works to this film's advantage in a big bad way. I really, really love it, man. There's some old school comedies that don't age very well, and I think this is one of the ones that ages pretty damn well, all things considered. I really do. I'm glad that it's never really gotten a remake. I mean, yes, other people have done the whole, like, men dressing up as women thing. Yeah, it's been done quite a few times, to be honest, but never really as good as Something Like It Hot. Let's be real, man. It's so damn good and so great, and I knew I had to pick this up. It's just one that I love so much that I think it's definitely worth having again in the collection. I really do. And that ain't all, because I have a little bit of mysterious black bag love. Oh, yes, the mysterious black bag of interesting physical media goodness is back. So, what is here exactly? I mean, you have some good Shout Factory love, you have Paramount re-releases, new releases, and a movie that I never thought would see the light of day on physical media. In fact, it was so rare that somebody literally had to steal it in order to release it. Yeah, true story, guys. This is a legit release. It's not any kind of bootleg, but it's way overdue. Oh my god. What goodies lie in this bag? Oh, some interesting titles indeed, but you guys will not get to find out exactly in my February pickup video, which will be down the line. It will show off all the titles that I got for the month of February, and I've got 6 titles here that are looking pretty damn sweet. Oh, indeed they are. Old school love, new movie goodness, and movies that finally made their way to physical media. It will eventually do it. It's long overdue indeed. Oh yes, all that physical media goodness right in this mysterious black bag. Oh, and I'm loving all the stuff I got so far, and more to come. Oh, I cannot wait to show you guys. But I have definitely been doing my job with physical media love as of late. I truly have. I haven't forgotten about it. I haven't shown you what I've gotten yet, but it's quite intriguing. So definitely stay tuned, guys. You won't be disappointed. And before I let you guys go, I gotta talk about this one. MoviePass is officially coming back. What? Seriously? Oh, come on, man. Yeah, it really is true. Article from The Verge. Well, I guess we better dive in. Oh, this will be interesting. 2 years after the wildly popular subscription service MoviePass crashed and burned, oh, did it? Its co-founder Stacy Spikes is determined to bring it back. Spikes says MoviePass will return this summer. Oh, get ready. The company, recently bought by Spikes after his unceremonious ouster from MoviePass in 2018, held a launch event in New York City. Spikes began by wasting absolutely no time addressing the Helios and Matheson Analytics-shaped elephant in the room. The firm is now infamous for being the parent company of MoviePass that managed to blow the entire thing up shortly after the firm bought this startup, which became famous for offering unlimited movie tickets for a monthly fee. Oh yeah, the good old days. A lot of people lost money, a lot of people lost trust, Spikes said. During the opening moments of the event, he went on to address the disappointment and being pushed out of the company, and finally the process of snapping the company back after the parent company went bankrupt in 2020. We're looking at this from another point of view, Spike said, and he now plans to run the business as a co-op. Spike added that MoviePass users will be able to hold partial ownership of the company with its most premium tier inclusive of a lifetime subscription. Okay, we'll see how that one works. The event was at times a little bizarre, with muted clapping audible when Spikes paused to make sure his jokes and proposals were landing with live attendees. Alright. Spikes sounded at times more like he was delivering an enthusiastic TED talk about theatrical releases than a product launch. He hyped the relaunch under his new vision, which he says will be powered by Web3 technology. Ooh, can you feel the excitement? I bet you can. Moviegoing is not going anywhere. Cinema is not going anywhere, Spike said. The company's original engineering team is returning for the business's relaunch, according to Spike, and the service will launch this summer. Under the new model, MoviePass will run on tradable credits that roll over month to month. Subscribers will also be able to use their credits to bring a friend, a markedly different approach from the single-user card system that MoviePass used previously, which could prove annoying for non-card holders. MoviePass 2.0 will also work on a tier system, Spike said. Spike shared images of a beta version of the new app and the credit-based system, which will vary based on things like peak moviegoing hours. MoviePass ambitions for subscribers are charitably ambitious. Spikes wants to claim 30% of the moviegoer market by 2030. MoviePass moonshot goal, so to speak. Oh, of course it is. Somewhat unsurprisingly, MoviePass will incorporate aspects of Spike's existing business pre-show, a technology that has been used to allow gamers to trade ad views for in-game currency. The way that pre-show works is that you have to actually view the ad. It tracks whether your attention is trained on your phone. Once users complete the pre-show, they'll be awarded credits that can then be used to buy tickets through the MoviePass platform. Spikes told attendees at the event that MoviePass most loyal fans will be deputized. I like the sound of that. To beta users and will be able to use the experience for its first year for free. At some point during the summer, these users will be contacted about the beta programming. Spikes seemed to shrug off the existing subscriptions launched by individual theater chains, instead suggesting that MoviePass would offer more options and more flexibility than a single exhibitor could. Since MoviePass folded, plenty of theaters have launched their own power user subscription models that will compete directly with a now late-to-the-party MoviePass. MoviePass will also have to convince these exhibitors to sign on, something that they were initially prickly about in a pre-pandemic market. A lot has changed for movie theaters since MoviePass shut down in 2019, and a lot will have to change for MoviePass too if it wants the second run to have a better ending. You're damn right they do. Oh my god, MoviePass is back! Are you kidding me? Oh Lord! I never thought I'd see the day. Oh man. Now, if you guys have dealt with MoviePass or know of the whole MoviePass drama, you know it was some crazy shit. It really was, man. I made 3 videos on MoviePass. You can go back and check them out in the playlist. They are there. And I did one where I was really excited to get the car, the other one where I had been using it for a little while, and the third one where I was like, okay, I'm just done with this shit now. So I went through the emotions. I went through the stages of grief, man. I really did with MoviePass, and I can't go back, dude. I can't do it anymore. Maybe some of you will. Maybe some of you will give it a chance and a gamble, and God, I hope it works out. I really do, man, because MoviePass, whether you want to admit it or not, MoviePass was really instrumental for where we are nowadays. And what I mean by that is, it was such a groundbreaking idea to use this subscription service that you could go to these movie theaters and use your card and get in to a movie for free as long as you paid the subscription fee month to month. And you could see as many movies as you wanted, and everybody was signing up for it. I remember when it was like $10 a month and everybody was signing up for it. MoviePass was the shit. Everybody was all on this thing, and you saw all these posts on Facebook, and MoviePass is amazing. But there was a little bit of a snafu, because you gotta remember, if everybody is paying $10 a month and you have unlimited access to movies every single day, people are going to movies quite a bit. And so if you're paying $10 a month, how does that all work exactly? Usually a movie ticket is $10, if not over. If you're using that pass, let's say once a week or even 2 or 3 times a week. Fuck, some people were going every goddamn day. And so how many times you're going and you're only paying $10 a month for it, somebody's getting screwed over here. And so eventually it was the actual theaters themselves. And of course, MoviePass couldn't pay everybody because they weren't getting enough money to justify the costs. And it's like, it just imploded on itself in a big bad way. And yet, at the same time, it was a popular thing. Movie theaters saw that this was something that people were really interested in, and something that they could take advantage of. So now you see all these ones that are out there, all these subscription ones. You have AMC that does it, you have Regal that does their own. In fact, I don't think I ever told you guys, but I actually do the Regal Unlimited service. I have a Regal in my area, and I pay like $21-ish for unlimited movies. I could go every single day if I want to a different movie and enjoy the experience, and I definitely have taken advantage of that. But none of this would have been possible if it wasn't for MoviePass being the sacrificial lamb, so to speak, and really putting it out there to the masses and these theaters really seeing the opportunity for it. So in some ways, somebody had to be the sacrifice, and MoviePass ended up being that. And when they went under, it was this big entire joke, and everybody was laughing about it, and dude, it turned into a parody of itself. It really did. And when it finally went under, I thought to myself, this is it, man. MoviePass is never coming back again. It was this once-in-a-lifetime crazy opportunity that happened that we'll never see again. And yet, here it is, MoviePass 2.0. Get ready for more insanity, folks. Oh, Lord, man. But now, here's the difference. The difference is we are now in a post-pandemic world. And it was so hard to get these movie theaters on board in a pre-pandemic world. To get them on board now in a post one is even more difficult. Because think about this. Regal has their own service. AMC has their own service. You know, Alamo Drafthouse is very popular. And is MoviePass really going to get these people on board? That's the big thing. Because, yes, you can have this subscription-based service all you want. It's a cool idea. And I applaud them for trying to bring it back. But at the same time, it only works if the movie theaters are on board with you. And if they already have their own subscription-based services that seem to be pretty popular, why would they go with MoviePass? What is MoviePass going to be giving them? Again, movie theaters right now are on the ropes as far as movie theaters putting out, you know, the movies that people are looking for. Movie studios aren't exactly giving them the content that they want, and so they are hanging by a thread on every single film that comes out and hope it's good and brings in the masses and gives them the money that they really need to survive. And now MoviePass is coming in and saying, well, we would like to work with you. We need to take some of your profits and we'll give you back some of this, and it's a give and take situation. But are movie theaters really going to go with that? Because again, you know, yes, movie theaters can have great hits. Spider-Man No Way Home proves that. But then again, there's a lot of other movies that fail and fail hard and sometimes lose movie theaters money. And then for MoviePass to take some of the revenue from that, do you really think movie theaters are even going to go with that shit, man? I don't know. It's so tough and it's such a gamble. And to try to do this now, I give them so much credit for even trying this. Because it takes balls, man, to come back to this. And you lost so much consumer confidence that to try to get that back at this point, that's not an easy task. And a lot of people like myself, or maybe you out there that have another subscription service for these movie theaters, I don't necessarily see the appeal of MoviePass anymore. I really don't. They had a very brief window of opportunity to really be this huge entity. And they were for this small moment in time. But it's all gone now. And it's all passed by. And there's not really much meat left on the bone for them. And also think about this. How much would you really have to pay for MoviePass now? Because they're not going to do $9.99 anymore, guys. They're not going to do $10 a month. They realize now that that was not a sustainable model. So that is just done. Don't even think you're getting $10 a month, because that is so not going to happen. Are they going to do $20 a month? Maybe, but I highly doubt it. Are they going to do $30 a month? Possibly. But I have a feeling it's going to be upwards to $40 or $50 a month. I really do believe that. I could be proven wrong. And if I am, hey man, I'll swallow my words. But I have a feeling that to make it sustainable, you really have to pay a huge chunk of money a month to make it worth their while. And some people, like I said, when this was $10 a month, they were going every single goddamn day, man. And so some of these people would see an opportunity for MoviePass to say, okay, if it's worth it for me to do this, I'm going to go a lot to the movie theaters. If I'm paying this amount of money, you bet your ass I'm going to take advantage of it. But a lot of these subscription services like a Regal or an AMC or even MoviePass now are hoping for those people who subscribe to the service to maybe go once a month or maybe once every couple of weeks or so to a movie they were thinking about seeing and now have the opportunity to do so with this service. Those are the people that they're hoping to get. They're not hoping for the people that are going to go 2, 3, 4 times a week, because those people, they are eating up their cash in a big bad way. They don't want those hardcore movie lovers. They want the ever so occasional casual movie goer that will go maybe once or twice a month, and you know, they could take advantage of them by this service. That's what they're really looking for. And MoviePass is really wanting those people. But again, if you already have these other services that the theaters chains have at this point, again, there's no real point of having MoviePass either. MoviePass has to cross a lot of hurdles, okay? A lot of hurdles. They have to get movie theaters on board. That's not going to be tough. They have to literally convince them, hey, give us some of your revenue and we'll do something for you, and everybody wins out in the end. Well, they already have the subscription services. You're kind of out of luck. They need to get customer confidence back, and that's not going to be easy to pull off either. I think it would have been far more easier if this dude would have not called it MoviePass anymore. If they had changed the name to something else, because the MoviePass name now is absolutely toxic, okay? It is a toxic entity at this point. It really is. When you think of MoviePass, it's literally become a running gag. And so I just don't see them really pulling this off. I hope this summer that they're able to really do something big with it. But if you really think about it, they want to hit the ground running in the summer when all the blockbusters are coming out. But then again, the movie theaters, they're not really thinking about working with these companies because they're having their own struggles. I've talked about it in previous videos over and over. They're having their own issues. So to try and get in the door, it's not that easy to do anymore. I think they had that wonderful sweet spot back in like 2018, 2019. They had that really great moment in time that they had an opportunity, and unfortunately they screwed their own selves over. And to make a comeback, this is not like Rocky or some shit, man. I mean, you know, you're not fighting Apollo Creed the first time and you now know how to deal with him the second time, right? Okay, you know, okay, I get it, right? But you are now entering a post-pandemic world where movie theaters are struggling every single week, every single month to make the money to justify staying open and keeping the lights on. And to try to steal some of that thunder and momentum and money from them, I just don't think they're gonna work out, man. I think this is gonna be far tougher than you guys have any idea of. I think it's gonna be a real pain in the ass for them, and I just don't think they're gonna survive, man. I mean, good luck to them. I'm not going back to MoviePass, okay? I'm gonna be real here. I am not coming back to that goddamn thing. I'm done with it, okay? I went through my phase, and it's done, baby. I ain't going back, man, to save my life. I have Regal Unlimited, and I'm very happy with it, and I'm not gonna go back anytime soon. I'm really not, man. I mean, I wonder what you guys think. Do you think this is gonna be worth it? Do you think that MoviePass is actually gonna work out? Really? I mean, I kind of want it to, because competition in the marketplace is always a good thing, but at the end of the day, how much are they going to charge? Because they never even said in the article how much they're going to charge. It never even mentioned that. So that's another thing. They're kind of keeping that a little hidden. They're still haven't even said whether any of these movie theaters are on board yet. I mean, they're keeping a lot of stuff really tight-lipped at this point. So I just don't know how any of it's going to work out. I really don't, man. So, good luck to them. I hope it works, but something tells me that they're going to crash and burn for a second time. 2.0? I can't wait for 3.0. Oh, baby, just wait in a few years' time. It'll happen, whether you like it or not. Oh. They just don't know when to quit. Apparently not, man. Let me know what you guys think about that. Good God. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely give it the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD out and about videos that I do. Live streams, Blu-ray pickups, movie hunting, movie reviews, you name it. A lot of it's on the channel. You can definitely check all of that goodness out. If you do like it, how I talk about movies and physical media, definitely hit subscribe and become part of the Film Fan Nation. Also, keep updated with everything I'm doing through Instagram and Twitter, Facebook, FilmFan108. Keep updated with everything I'm doing, plus special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. And also, if you want to send the channel any movie-related goodness, movie posters, physical media, care packages, you name it, you can do that. The P.O. Box is in the description below. It is not expected, but it's definitely appreciated. And you guys have always said, hey, I kind of want to send the channel some really cool stuff or something your way. How can I do it? The P.O. Box is the way to do it. And I can't wait to see where the P.O. Box adventures take me next. Should be pretty cool. Can't wait to where that goes. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoy all the physical media goodness this week. And I will see you back next week for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care, everybody. And remember, happy hunting.